In today's show, Bitcoin smashes $12,000, Ethereum smash $400 before this $1 billion liquidation occurred, crashing the Bitcoin price by $1.4 thousand in minutes. We're going to be discussing why that is and what's going on in the crypto market right now. Also, in today's episode, $20,000 won't pose any real resistance for the Bitcoin price, according to Bitcoin pioneer Max Keiser, who recently tweeted the $20,000 level for Bitcoin won't pose any resistance. We won't see any resistance till $28,000. A brief pullback, then the assault on $100,000 begins with renewed vigor. And I agree with Max. I'm extremely bullish on the Bitcoin price right now. We're going to be breaking down some of these bullish price predictions right here in today's show. Also, in today's episode, more uber bullish news. Joe Rogan says that Bitcoin is transformational, telling his audience of over 200 million people to get on board. That's right. Check this out. Prominent podcaster Joe Rogan is urging his audience of 200 million to buy Bitcoin and start stacking sats. I'll be breaking down this story for you right here in today's show. Also, in today's episode, 2 crypto newcomers, which will surge alongside Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP in this new crypto bull cycle. That's right, in a new episode of Data Dash, Nicholas Merton reveals what these 2 altcoins are, which I'll be sharing with you right here in today's show. Also, in today's episode, we'll be taking a look at the overall crypto market. Bitcoin just touched 12,000 before correcting, currently hovering just above that $11,000 support. Ethereum touched over $400 before consolidating back to just above $360. But where's the Bitcoin price and Ethereum likely to go from here? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, including weekends. So be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts. And before we kick off today's show, if interested in tapping into OPM and leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, be sure to smash that link right below this video in the description and register for this free system entitled OPM Wealth. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV, and let's kick it off by diving into today's top story of the day. Holy volatility. Batman, crypto has been so volatile, but I am absolutely loving it. The price of Bitcoin and Ethereum's Ether plunged by 13% and 21% respectively within minutes just today. The move liquidated more than $1 billion worth of future contracts as Bitcoin dropped from around 12,000 to as low as 10,550. You can see this massive red candle right here on your screen. There appears to be 2 main reasons behind the sudden cascade of liquidations. First, the volume in the crypto market tends to drop during weekends. And second, the market was heavily swayed to longs or buyers. That's right. As you can see, the crypto market tends to see liquidations during the weekend. The liquidity often drops as there's fewer active traders in the market. Lower volume leads to massive price movements as cryptos become more vulnerable. Now, mass liquidations become more likely during the weekend because one large liquidation could trigger a cascade of liquidations, which is ultimately what we're experiencing when a long contract gets liquidated. As an example, it forces the buyer to market sell, causing selling pressure. Now, as hundreds of millions of dollars worth of long contracts began getting liquidated, Bitcoin and Ethereum dropped rapidly. Bitcoin declined from 12,000 to about 10,600 within 15 minutes. Just like that. I kid you not. I went to bed last night around midnight here in Puerto Rico and it hit 12K and I'm like, sweet dreams. I woke up and I'm like, holy moly, we're back down to 11,000. Welcome to cryptocurrency. While Ether declined from $417, holy moly, all the way down to $300. But mass liquidations happened several times in the past 5 months, most notably on the so-called Black Thursday on March 13th. $1 billion worth of liquidations occurred. Similarly, right before the halving on May 11th, go figure, the price of Bitcoin dropped to 8,100, resulting in mass liquidations. So Bitcoin and Ethereum were heavily swayed by the buyers. In the last several days, especially after Bitcoin's upsurge of 11,000, the crypto market was heavily swayed to the side of the buyers. The funding rates of Bitcoin and Ether were nearing levels that are not sustainable over a prolonged period. Also, on the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, which I'll break down a little later, we got into greed as well as extreme greed, which is a good sign of a market correction, just throwing it out there. Now, future exchanges like Bitmex and Binance Futures utilize a mechanism mechanism called funding to implement balance in the market. When the overwhelming majority of market participants are holding long contracts, then short holders are incentivized with the fee and vice versa. Prior to the drop, the funding rate of Bitcoin was hovering at around 0.0721%. Now, since the average funding rate of Bitcoin is at around 0.01%, the market was dominated by long contracts. The market imbalance was even worse for Ethereum. The Ethereum funding rate was at 0.21%, which indicates significant bullish bias. But after the liquidations, the predicted funding rate of Ethereum is at 0.19%. It suggests that Ether longs were not flushed out, unlike Bitcoin, as you can see on this graph from Skew Analytics. Now, Michael van de Poppe, a trader at the Amsterdam Stock Exchange, previously anticipated Ethereum to drop to $300 as a result. Taking a look at his tweet, which he called here on crypto Twitter. Check this out. Let's see Ethereum at $300 to $320. And he wrote this last night when Ether was soaring past $400. And check this out. Target reached. There you have it. So for now, some traders anticipate sideways action for the days ahead as Bitcoin has rebounded to a key support level at about $11,000 currently, and a CME futures gap will likely emerge on Monday given Friday's close price of $11,630. The bullish scenario depends on the crucial threshold of $11,300 to $11,400 as the pivot to hold for the price of Bitcoin, Van de Poppe explained in his latest Bitcoin technical analysis. And for the medium term, meanwhile, there's increasing optimism about the price trend for Bitcoin. When asked whether Bitcoin will hit a new all-time high, Spartan Black's Kelvin Coe shared the following on crypto Twitter. Without a doubt, Bitcoin hit a new all-time high in each of the last 3 cycles, and this one will be no exception. The scarcity effect, the halving, and more capital coming into crypto will ensure that, and I agree 100%. Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. This time, we have massive institutional demand, which did not exist during the time of the previous halving. We have companies like the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust purchasing more Bitcoin, which is actually being mined. We have Cash App purchasing tremendous amounts of Bitcoin. We have investors like Paul Tudor Jones, who recently allocated 2% of his overall investment portfolio into the king of all crypto. We have PayPal, who recently announced embracing cryptocurrency with their user base of over 300 million. We also have banks now encouraging you to hold your crypto through custodian services. So as you can see, the market couldn't be more bullish, even though we see a big red candle. We have to see a correction. It is what it is. Probably some massive investors or institutions cashing out and seeing some gains. It is what it is. All right, now for our next story of the day. $20,000 won't pose any real resistance for the Bitcoin price, according to Bitcoin pioneer Max Keiser. Let's break it down, shall we? According to the Heisenberg Capital founder and Keiser Report host, Max Keiser, shout out to Max and Stacy Herbert of the Keiser Report, the price of Bitcoin could soon rally to $28,000. That's right. He believes that the all-time high of Bitcoin at 20K likely won't act as resistance. Taking a look at his recent tweet, the $20,000 level for Bitcoin won't pose any resistance. We won't see any resistance till $28,000, a brief pullback. Then the assault on $100,000 begins with renewed vigor. And we're talking about the orange pill right here. What do you do after you take the red pill and you're exposed to the truth and you see how deep this rabbit hole goes? Next, you take the orange pill from Max Keiser and you continue to see how deep this crypto rabbit hole truly goes. Let me know your thoughts surrounding Max Keiser's bullish price predictions. He also feels there'll be a global hash war, making the Bitcoin price skyrocket to over $500,000 per Bitcoin. He shared this in an interview on InfoWars with Alex Jones. If you missed that, be sure to check it out. I'm a huge fan of Max Keiser, if you couldn't tell. Now, in the past 12 days, the price of Bitcoin has increased from $9,200 to $12,000, marking the highest price in over a year. That's right, the crypto market is benefiting from the strong momentum of Bitcoin as well as Ethereum's Ether. Now, Ethereum has been surging for 2 core reasons. Number 1, decentralized finance has been booming. And number 2, Ethereum 2.0, which is set to roll out here shortly, later on in this month. Now, Keiser reaffirms his $100,000 Bitcoin price prediction. Let's discuss it. Throughout the Bitcoin rally in the past month, Keiser has continuously reaffirmed his position on the medium-term trend of Bitcoin. He expects Bitcoin to eventually surpass $28,000 and shoot for a new all-time high at 6 figures. And I want you to really logically think about what needs to occur in order for Bitcoin to reach 6 digits. Well, all we really need to do is 10x from here, move up 1,000%. And now we're talking about a 6-digit valuation on the Bitcoin price. In late July, when the price of Bitcoin first broke out of 11,000, Max Keiser said a 6-figure Bitcoin is likely. And since then, Bitcoin has confirmed 10,400 as a key support level, maintaining its momentum. He had this to share: 28,000 is in play before we see a pullback. And then we're heading to 6 figures. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Max Keiser in the comments right down below. But on August 2nd, as Cointelegraph reported, and as I just shared, Bitcoin saw its first major pullback since mid-June, liquidating about $1 billion in longs. And ultimately, the Bitcoin price dropped about $1,500 from 12,000 to about 10,500 before correcting to where we're currently at just above that $11,000 support. However, Keiser and other high profiles appear to be unfazed by the move and generally consider the price action as a shakeout. I agree 100%. Weak hands get shooken out. Both over-leveraged and low-leveraged long contracts were flushed out in less than an hour, in 15 minutes to be exact, causing the market to cool off. Now, crypto trader Scott Melker said there were many bearish divergences prior to the drop occurring. After such a strong rally in a short period, the market seemingly needed to stabilize from an overheated rally. Here's what he shared on crypto Twitter, the wolf of all streets: a $1,700 Bitcoin hourly candle, mostly in a few minutes on extremely high volume, including a similar sell-off on Ethereum in the middle of the night. Cool. There were bearish diversions everywhere, as I mentioned. However, others are seeing a different trend for Bitcoin, at least in the short term. Some traders expect major cryptos, including Bitcoin and Ethereum, to demonstrate low volatility. Subsequent to a large price movement, Bitcoin tends to establish a range and see sideways action for several weeks. Michael van de Poppe, a trader at the Amsterdam Stock Exchange, said altcoins could benefit from a potential Bitcoin sideways action. As he shared on Twitter, the most likely case is that we'll have volatility on Bitcoin and Ethereum as they determine their range, but over time, 1 week, 2 weeks, this will start to drop. What do you have to do? Yes, buy dips on altcoins. While everyone is focused on Bitcoin, your focus should be on alts. And while short-term predictions of traders vary, many investors are seemingly positive about the medium-term trend heading into 2021. I'm extremely bullish, if you couldn't tell, just throwing it out there. Various macro factors, such as the declining US dollar and rising liquidity, could further boost Bitcoin's current momentum. And Plan B, the well-known creator of the Stock-to-Flow model, as well as Stock-to-Flow X, also reaffirm that Bitcoin is on track to reach $100,000. Taking a look at his recent tweet: fixed at 9132, fixed at 11,356, currently at 11,700. I can't make a chart for you now, but Stock to Flow model is perfectly on track. And if you're not familiar with Stock to Flow and Stock to Flow X predictions, this model predicts a $288,000 Bitcoin price somewhere between the year 2020 and 2024, and expects a Bitcoin price of over $70,000 next year. So let me know your thoughts surrounding the price predictions of the Stock to Flow model. And before we break down our next story of the day, Joe Rogan says Bitcoin is transformational, telling his audience of over 200 million listeners to get on board. First, let's take a look at the overall crypto market. Bitcoin maintaining just above that $11,000 support. Once again, we touched $12,000 around midnight last night before liquidating over $1 billion in longs and touching about 10,500 before creeping back to where we're currently at. Ethereum also surged like a mofo to over $416 before crashing back down, currently up 1.8% for the day, trading just above that $360 support. Chainlink has been surging, the missing link of the blockchain. If you missed the memo, a couple weeks ago, it reached price discovery mode. Once it smashed $5, it climbed as high as almost $9 before retracing back to where we're currently at. It's looking strong right now, trading at above $8. We have missed Litecoin down 5%, trading at $56. XRP surged like crazy yesterday as well, almost like 30%. Over 30 cents, but it has corrected some as well, still up 4.5% for the day. Which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on right now? Drop me a comment right down below. And now checking out some of the top exchange volume, you can see a sea of forest green, which is definitely a good sign. Binance up 73% with $18 billion with a B in volume in the past 24 hours. Bitmex up 66% with 5 billion. OKEX up 71% with 3.4 billion. And Hobby Global up 109% with 4 billion in volume for the day. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day, shall we? Prominent podcaster Joe Rogan is urging his audience of 200 million listeners to buy Bitcoin and start stacking sats. We all know Satoshis. On the opening salvo of episode 1515 of the Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan promotes Bitcoin as part of the Cash App advertisement. Rogan touts Cash App's ability to let users automatically purchase Bitcoin at different intervals based on their preferences. And I'm curious how many of you have actually purchased Bitcoin using the Cash App. I love it. If you have a balance on there, you can just click a button that says purchase Bitcoin, 1, 2, 3, you purchase it. It's as simple as pie. Here's what Rogan had to share. With the Cash App, you can automatically purchase Bitcoin daily, weekly, or even bi-weekly, known in the industry as stacking sats. Sats is short for Satoshi, the legendary person who created Bitcoin. He goes on to share, Bitcoin, what is it for sure? It's a transformational digital currency that acts as a decentralized peer-to-peer payment network powered by its users with no central authority. I love it. I wish it was the way we exchange currency, and maybe it will be in the future. Get on board. So as you can see, Rogan extremely bullish on the king of all crypto, as he should be. Rogan's views on Bitcoin appears to be evolving. In January, Rogan expressed some of his worries about Bitcoin and crypto. This is what he said back then. But at the end of the day, I just don't totally understand how you can have so many of them. Like, how many cryptocurrencies are there? And if you don't have so many of them, well, who's to say when you can stop making them? Well, Joe Rogan, shift your focus from all of these altcoins onto Bitcoin, and no need to worry. Now, Rogan has had several prominent crypto figures on his podcast, including Bitcoin advocate Andreas Antonopoulos, which, FYI, is the one who introduced me to Bitcoin back in 2017, and Square and Twitter chief executive Jack Dorsey. So let me know your thoughts surrounding this story. Obviously, this is uber bullish. The more attention it gets from the mainstream, the more on-ramping and the more people are going to be introduced to purchase some Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and get in the game at the end of the day. And that, my friend, is what this is all about. And before we break down our next story of the day, according to a new episode of Data Dash, 2 crypto newcomers will surge alongside Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP in the new bull cycle. But before we do, let's first take a look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting at 333 billion with 130 billion in volume in the past day. Current Bitcoin dominance, according to CoinMarketCap, is 61.5%. And as I shared on yesterday's episode, the real Bitcoin dominance, if we exclude stablecoins and ICOs, is closer to 80%. So just saying. Now checking out the top gainers within the top 100 in the past day, we have Hedge Trade up a whopping 28%, trading at $1.89. Bancor up 9%, trading at $1.80. Chainlink up 7%, trading at $8.29. Aurora up 7%, trading at 1.1 cents. Loopring up 6%, trading at 10 cents. And XRP up 5%, trading at 28 cents. Below that, we have Ren up 3%, Waves up 3%, and Ethereum up 2.25%. And now taking a look at the biggest losers in the top 100 in the past 24 hours. Quant down 13%, trading at $7.32. BBC coin down 12%, trading at 13 cents. iExec RLC down 11%, trading at $1.06. The Midas Touch Gold down 11.5%, trading at 2.9 cents. Flexicoin down about 10%, trading at 0.004. And everyone's favorite crypto, at least Elon Musk, Dogecoin down 9.5%, trading at 0.003. Below that, we have Algorand down 9%, IOST down 9%, and Nexo, who recently partnered with Chainlink, down 9%. Now, which altcoins out of this list are you most bullish on? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now checking out the Bitmex margins, we can see the bears are back in control, leading with 23 million in superiority in the last day, with shorts barely leading 50.3% versus 49.6% longs. Are you currently bullish or bearish on the king of all crypto? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated an 80 in extreme greed, which we haven't seen in quite some time. Yesterday was a 75 greed, last week a 55 greed, and last month a 41 in fear. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, like we're witnessing right now in the market, that means the market is due for a correction. And lo and behold, what did we just witness? A major correction, right? So this has been pretty accurate, and that's why I love this indicator at the end of the day. You feel me? All right, before I break down this final story of the day, I want to encourage you to click the show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 500 videos right here on my channel. Also has some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Not only is this updated every single day, including weekends, but also allows you to download the latest episode of the show in MP3 format. Also, be sure to subscribe on YouTube by smashing the subscribe button right below this video, or visit the direct link, cryptonewsalerts.net. I'm fast approaching 10,000 subscribers, and I greatly appreciate your continued support. You can also follow us on all the major podcasting platforms, including Apple's iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, and Stitcher Radio, as well as Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is cryptonewsyes. And for those of you active on Facebook, as I am, I do have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy with over 17,000 cryptopreneurs from all over the world. To become a part of it, simply click the link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And for those of you active on Telegram, as I am, I do have a crypto Telegram chat. To join it, click this link. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you personally on the inside. All right, now let's break down our final story of the day, shall we? Crypto analyst Nicholas Merton, which FYI has the largest crypto-related channel on YouTube, says 2 mid-cap crypto assets will soar along with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP as the new bull market emerges, which we're witnessing right now on the latest episode of Data Dash. Merton says a broad correction in the altcoin markets is offering investors a chance to hop in before the next big rally explodes. He says traders should keep an eye on the relative crypto newcomers, Cardano, better known as ADA, and Tezos, known as XTZ, in preparation for the next bullish breakout. That's right, Cardano and Tezos. If you're bullish, holla at your boy. Let me know in the comments below. Here's what he went on to share. Now that we've had this pullback here, it does provide an opportunity for some bulls who have missed out on a lot of this kind of exponential portion of a rally to get back in. The major things to focus on, as I really think a lot of large caps and a lot to establish protocols. So some of the new emerging protocols, I know some of you are going to be excited for me to say this. Plays like Cardano, plays like Tezos, some of the other ones alongside, some of the large caps like Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP. This is going to be our major focus here. As for Litecoin, Merton says bulls will spark a new rally if they can capture a key level. Here's what he shared. Just like Bitcoin, just like Ethereum, building up long-term technical formations, Litecoin has very clear points of resistance and support. It looks like here, if you really take a look at the log chart, we just need to basically get above $70. We can really start to see this take off. Meanwhile, the crypto analyst is also long-term bullish on Ethereum. He believes the second largest crypto will continue its hot streak en route to a new all-time high. As long as the coin properly scales, here's what he had to share. It's already built up support on previous resistance and broken out here. I think it's going to continue to go up, eventually to set all-time highs and accelerate towards even higher levels. And I shared a little earlier, the things driving Ethereum right now, at least the price action, is the Ethereum 2.0 launch, as well as decentralized finance, which is absolutely booming right now. And to watch this episode of Data Dash by Nicholas Merton, I'll include it in the show notes below the video in the description so you can hear it directly from the horse's mouth. Let me know your thoughts on where the Bitcoin price is likely to go from here. I feel 20,000, we're going to blow past it as Max Kaiser predicted right here in this tweet. 28,000 before we see a pullback, and then we're heading to 6 digits, $100,000 Bitcoin price. I'm predicting it by the first quarter of 2022. I think by the end of next year, we're likely to see an $80,000 Bitcoin price. But hey, that's just my 2 Satoshis. Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto revolution. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts. And real quick before I go, if interested in tapping into OPM and leveraging other people's money to grow your wealth and crypto portfolio, smash the link right below this video in the description and register for this free system entitled OPM Wealth. You'll be glad you did, and I look forward to connecting with you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.